Geoprocessing is the analysis of spatial data layers such as dissolving, intersecting, and merging. Map overlay is a term to indicate when we combine two spatial data layers, either for display or to evaluate the relationships between them. And together based on their common location, you can split features where they overlap. Overlay tools are necessary because not all features fall neatly inside of the others. These overlay tools can help you get that one-to-one relationship required for spatial joins. Here's an example where you want to collect the total length of roads for each land use category. The problem is that the roads extend beyond the land use boundaries, so you can't simply use the summarized join. First, you must split the roads so they start and stop at the land use boundaries. The tables can now be joined and the total lengths can be calculated. The intersect tool can be used to associate the land use category with each new road segment. Map overlay combines two layers to create a new output feature class containing information from both the inputs. The three types of overlay are point and polygon, line and polygon on polygon overlay. The point and polygon overlay can assign the polygon attributes to those house points. Points and polygons is just like a spatial join. The points can receive the polygon attributes. Line and polygon will assign the polygon attributes to the line features. In this case, the streams acquired the attributes from the geological polygons it lies inside. Notice the streams are split at the polygon boundaries. Polygon on polygon overlay combines all possible polygons. Overlay requires two different layers, combining the features spatially, creating all possible features, combining both original values of the attribute table saved to the new spatial data layer without changing the original layers. The same area now has attributes from both geology and slope class layers. The union tool combines and keeps all features, while the intersect tool combines and keeps only the common areas of the features. Looking at the image on the left, the green layer and orange layers overlap one another. Using the intersect tool, the purple layer is created in the upper right image. The union tool combines all the layers together, creating the purple layer in the lower right image. You could find a combination of geology and slope that create high risks for landslides. Imagine that during a routine excavation for a parking lot, the city engineers discovered packets of enhanced radioactive material in the Opechee Formation. They recommended have a basement radon test to rule out possible unhealthy levels of radon. You can use an overlay analysis to determine which areas of homes need to be tested. This slide shows a series of maps and an overlay analysis. The first map shows a portion of residential areas on the Opechee, and the second shows the Opechee Formation outcrop area. These two layers are combined in the overlay, which results in a third layer composed of the areas occurring in both input maps. The output layer contains residential areas that lie on the Opechee Formation. The input areas of the residential areas in green and Opechee Formation in orange. Using the intersect tool, the purple area is created where residents should perform radon testing. Smart GIS users will use queries along with overlay tools to look for specific features of interest. The overlay tool will only combine those selected features. When intersecting different groups of geometry, you choose the desired output. When intersecting polygons and lines, you could choose lines as shown in the green or points as shown in the blue. So far, we have talked about intersect and union, where the attributes are joined together. Using the clip or erase tool, the attributes are not joined together. Remember, not all length and area fields are automatically updated after using the overlay tools. Only geodatabase feature classes do that. Shape length and shape area fields are automatically updated. There are additional analysis functions to explore. Dissolve removes boundaries and combines features based on a common attribute. When using dissolve, there is only one input layer. Looking at the streets, the boundary between 4 main street segments are dissolved, leading to a single, longer main street. The boundaries between the polygons have been dissolved based on the same label. When you dissolve, all the attributes are eliminated except the field used to dissolve by. However, you can choose to summarize the other attributes. Buffering is another commonly used GIS analysis function. It is used to identify areas that fall within a certain distance of a set of features. Buffers can be created for points, lines, or polygons. It can be used to find the 100-yard drug-free zone around schools or sensitive protective areas within 100 meters of a stream. You can buffer negatively to determine setback limits from the edge of a piece of property. Buffers can be created as simple rings or multiple rings. You can even use an attribute to apply different buffer ranges. For example, buffering primary roads by 200 meters and secondary roads by 100 meters. Buffering is often combined with overlay to solve a problem. For example, a national forest might be considering adopting a ban on harvesting timber within 200 meters of a road, creating buffers around the road and intersecting the buffers with a timber map. This could help managers estimate the total amount of timber rendered not harvestable by such a ban. The append tool is used to place features from one feature class into another existing feature class. The geometry type must be the same in both feature classes. Merge can be used to combine feature classes of the same geometry type. These overlay tools take some time and are memory-intensive operations. When possible, minimize the number of features by using dissolve before performing additional overlay tools. Slivers are tiny polygons created during geoprocessing or poor digitizing. Slivers can cause some problems. Setting tolerances can help reduce sliver problems. Geoprocessing is the analysis of spatial data layers such as dissolving, intersecting, and merging to solve a problem or support a decision. All overlay tools can be found in the Arc toolbox, and some can be found in the menus and toolbars of ArcMap. In ArcMap, there is a convenient geoprocessing pull-down menu. Arc Toolbox will have all overlay and geoprocessing tools along with custom models that you can create. Setting the default environment settings can help you save some time. These settings are saved with the map document. The geoprocessing environment can be set from the pull-down menu or by picking the Environments button on the geoprocessing tools. I like to have the current workspace set and the output coordinate system set. I typically leave the tolerance set to the default values. Adjusting the tolerance values can help reduce slivers. Again, the tolerance can be adjusted, but adjust with caution. Notice that with higher tolerance values, the details that are lost as the tolerances are increased. When geoprocessing, care must be given for the coordinate system. Follow these best practices. The processing of overlay and geoprocessing tools happens in the background, which allow you to continue to work in the map document. A small window will appear when the process is complete. You can use the search window to find tools based on their name or keyword. Once the search has found some items, hover over them for descriptions or click on them to launch the tool. If you have any questions, give me a call or send me an email. Thanks.